I'm back! Welcome back to my channel. The struggle is real with the makeup nurse. Today is Friday, so it's even great because it's First Impressions Friday. So let's go ahead and get started. So I do have this palette. It's the Kenya Antiveros Beauty Glow Go Kit that I got out of my, I think it was about to try, I don't know, one of them. And it's got a bunch of neutrals, which, you know me, I gotta have a little color. It's got the brow products, it's got the face powders. So we're gonna try using most of this, but yeah, so we'll go ahead and get started. And we'll start with this light shade here called Driven. It's the transition shade. Okay, now let's do a little, maybe darker. Let's just do the Empower shade and put that on, I guess, on the corner of my eye. So I hope you guys are gonna have a great weekend, and Fridays are always good, even though it's gonna be very stressful today, but guess what? It's Friday. I can get through it. All right, let's go ahead and use this Limitless shade for the inner portion of the eye. Let's go back in with this Driven shade, the transition, and just kind of put that up here. Kind of blend up that together. And maybe a little bit more to kind of blend into that glitter shade or shimmer shade. Okay, now we're gonna go in with this Dragon Beauty eyeliner. It's got a felt tip. So I am going to do this. Okay, it's going on nice. We'll see how it does with the wing, because I usually go in with a different, stiffer type of liner for the wing. But let's see how this goes for the wing. Okay. This is gonna, I'm more used to a thicker or a stiffer. I've been going in with like that Magic Collection where it has a stiffer felt tip for the wing, but they actually didn't do bad. Let's try this one. Oh, that one was a little long. Oh well. How about not? Kinda. I was gonna go in with a black liner for my waterline, but we're so neutral. I think I'm gonna be a little bold, and with this Pharmacy eyeliner, I think this is like a darker green. I'm gonna go under with a neutral color, but it's dark, so hopefully it still doesn't look too bad. Yeah, it kind of does still look. You can barely tell it's green, so. And it went out pretty good, so I like that. For a primer, I want to try this glass primer by Hairstyles. I heard, actually, some of the reviews I've seen were actually pretty, really good. So I'm excited to try it. If I can get this thing off. All right. Oh, it's different. It's not what I expected. Okay. Well, I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, I guess. I guess I was expecting more of a clear and silicone type. But it is kind of sticky, which is, I guess, good for a primer. And it does have a glow already to my face. And it is sticky. Not like some, not like the silicone type primers. So we'll see how that wears, but it's making my face look glowy, which is good, I guess. So now I'm gonna go in with this Honey Jarrett Clean Cover Cushion. I can't remember where I got this from. I guess it really doesn't matter. It's probably one of my subscriptions. And I think I'm gonna use a sponge and not this. Well, let's try this first, and then we can go in with the sponge. Because I think with the Wet n Wild, I think I ended up with using that. And not my sponge, so let's see. Ooh, I wonder if that's gonna be too dark. Oh well. We'll make it work. Well, I guess not. Yeah, it's not. I think it's this thing. Because it's not covering. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the sponge. I'll be right back. Yeah, unless it's not a full coverage foundation, it was not. Oh, it works so much better with the sponge. Is this what I did with my cushion one? I can't remember. Or the Wet n Wild one? Probably. Yeah, that's so much better. It's still very lightweight, but and it's not as full coverage that I would like. Especially, I'm starting to break out right here, and I'll show you why. So, even though this says don't use on your face, I'm like, it's a serum, it's got AHA, BHA, why can't you use it on your face, right? Well, I started breaking out. But also, it says only use 2 to 3 times a week, and I've been using it every day because it's like a thick serum, so it's almost like a moisturizer and serum in one, and I kind of liked it. Well, it's probably because it's supposed to be for your body, so it's going to be more moisturizing. Well, I'm starting to break out, so can't use it on my face no more. So when the directions say that, but you know what? A lot of times they'll say like the glitter eyeshadow or whatever you can't use on your face or on your eyes. Well, it's eyeshadow. What the heck? So I thought maybe it was one of those. But I really think the reason why they put that is because since it is glitter, it could get in your eye and cause and then if it does, it can cause an abrasion, and they don't want the liability because they probably know people are going to put it on their eyes, but if they put that disclaimer, you can't sue them if you get an abrasion on your eye, and it hurts. I've had abrasions before to my eye, and they do hurt. Okay, so now we're going to go in with concealer, and I am going to try this Jecca Black Liquid Concealer. Hopefully this is my shade because I got this out of my Ipsy. Oh, I don't like the applicator. I mean, why don't they give you something a little different? I mean, how are you supposed to? Oh, how are you supposed to use this? I guess with your finger, I guess, just like, I don't know. At least like there's some that have kind of like this, but it has the ball and you can kind of like rub it on or whatever. This is not user friendly, at least for me. But let's see how it wears. So that foundation from Pharmacy actually wore really good. If you saw my wear test yesterday, I was really shocked at how less patchy it was from usual when I wear a mask all day. And my mask had about the same amount of like makeup in it throughout, that I normally have. But throughout the day, it was like, obviously it's full of makeup, the inside. So I was expecting it to still look really patchy and whatever. It wasn't bad. So I think next Wednesday, I'm gonna try their CC cream because I know some people like more of a lightweight foundation because that's a matte foundation, so it was a little heavier, but it's more full coverage, and see if that wears the same. I'm kind of interested in that. All right, so now we are going to go in with powder. Or no, I'm sorry. I gotta do my cream bronzer and I'll be back. Okay, now we're gonna use this cream blush. I think yeah, it does say blush on it. It looks like it's Space something. I found it in, this is the one that I found in my exploded bag. So let's see. It's dirty though, probably because of the explosion. And I've never tried it because back then, oh my gosh, I didn't wear cream blushes, so I didn't know how to use it until I started experimenting and practicing. So I know I haven't tried it before, but it's probably not a fair thing because it's been in a bag for who knows how long. Still actually not doing so bad, despite it went on okay. I had to play around with it, but I think that's only because that's not the product's fault. That's how long it's been. Okay, now I can't remember if I've tried these or not. These are, this is from DM, Denisa Merrick's, and it says lip, cheek, and eye color. I think I've actually used this for tried it on my lips first. I don't think I've tried it as a highlight. And if I have, sorry, I can't remember. Sometimes I just can't remember what I do. My husband's like, you are really forgetful lately. Maybe you should go get checked. I'm like, no, it's the stress I'm under. My brain only works at work. When I get off of work, it just seems like it shuts off. You know, oh, that's my school calling me. Hold on. I hung up on them. So they keep calling me because this whole year I didn't enroll because I'm like, I've been in school my entire life, almost 40 years, and I am just so tired. I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, so this is supposed to be face powder, but it's so tiny. So let me see what kind of brush I can use for this. I'll be right back. All right, so I'm just gonna try to dig in and use this as, I mean, honestly, since it's in this type of palette, I could just use this as a transition shade as an eyeshadow. And it's so small, so I don't know how good it's actually gonna work. But anyway, I've been in school my entire life, and I've always wanted to, well, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a brain surgeon. Obviously, that didn't happen. So when I graduated into college, a junior college, I was going to go get my biology degree and become a brain surgeon. Well, I got pregnant first semester. And my mom was afraid that because I got pregnant, I wanted to finish school and go to med school, and what am I going to do with the biology degree other than like maybe teaching or whatever. And if I went to nursing school and then became a doctor. So she convinced me, and so that's what I did. I'm going to just use this illuminating powder from Physicians Formula. I think I've already used this, but I'm going to use it again just for my T-zone. I can't remember if I've used it or not. So anyway, then after I became a nurse and went on and got all my degrees in nursing, I still wanted to get a doctor, but I did not want to. I was done with the bedside because at this time I've been in quality. So I didn't want to be a nurse practitioner or a PA or anything like that. So I went the administration route with my master's. But I still wanted a doctorate, and I've been doing a lot of PI, so I kind of like this, especially my under eye. Okay, I've already used it. I don't remember like how good it did. Well, I guess this kind of set decent, so I guess. Now I'm gonna go in with this. I guess it's supposed to be the bronzer. I'm assuming it's the Divine shade. Ooh, that is dark. Oh, darn it. Oh well, we'll blend it in. Hopefully it blends pretty good. But so anyway, this is embarrassing. So I went to North Central University, got almost all the way done with my doctorate, and you had to write a final like paper or whatever before you could do your dissertation. And the final paper was going to be like what your dissertation is, the problem, all that, from all the research that I did throughout the courses. So I did it, and they didn't think it was good enough. They let me retry it, and I kind of did a different angle. They still didn't like it, so they said, you're done. And all I had was my dissertation left, which I was so bummed, but I'm like, you know what, fine, I'll go to a different school. So I stuck, and I was hoping like a lot of the credits would transfer. One class transferred. So I had to start all the way over. So, okay, let's see how good this blends. Let me just take some of this shade and blend this dark bronzer. But anyway, so this is, and then this last year, 2020, I just couldn't do it anymore. And they keep calling me, just, you know, leaving messages and probably to be like, hey, you gonna enroll? Hey, you gotta sign up for your student loans. And I'm like, and my husband, because I was like, I'm gonna stay in school until I die because I don't want to pay my student loans, because student loans they are tied to you. So like, if I die, nobody has to pay them back. They're just, I died. So, because as long as you're in school, you don't have to pay them. But I get it, you're racking up more loans, more, you know, whatever. And just so you don't have to pay them, but I owe more than a house on my student loan. All right, we're gonna try this blush shade. So anyway, but this last year, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take this because you have 6 months. I'm like, I'll take 6 months off and then I'll go back to school. So I don't have to pay them and I get a break. You guys, I am so done. I do not want to do school anymore. I don't care about having a doctorate anymore. I have enough education. I have probably more education than a lot of people that are above me. So it's not the education that is going to get me anywhere at this point, because I have more education than a lot of people. It was just the whole point that I wanted it. I've always wanted a doctorate. But you know what? I'm tired, I'm burned out, I don't care anymore. And I'm not usually a quitter, but you know what? I guess I'm a quitter now. All right, let's see. Does this have a highlighter? No, it doesn't look like it has a highlight. So I am going to use this Makeup Revolution highlighter. I don't believe I used this last time. If I did, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's embarrassing. I pretty much failed out of that doctorate program, and now I'm quitting this one after just 5 classes. All these student loans and nothing to show for it. Well, part of my student loans are my, you know, nursing degrees and stuff and my MBA, but most of it was, a lot of it is from the doctorate program. All right, let's try the powder for the eyebrows. I've only used powder a couple times. And let's try the lighter shade. I don't know if I can do powder. I'm not very good at this. Now some of the beauty influencers on YouTube, they do it so nice and so good, and then that's why I've been doing more of like a tint and just going over them. But it probably would help if I had more time. And when I got my hair done, by that time I didn't have time to go to a nail place to get my nails done and then do my brows. So my brows are still awful. Anyway, so where are we at? Let's review the results. Oh, that was powdery. That's a powder, and it had fallout on my brows. I hope I'm not getting it on my white shirt. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, so now you guys know how my embarrassing failure of my school. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with this vintage cashmere lip pencil. Oh, wow. Okay, whatever. And I'm gonna, oh, it's so much nicer than that other pencil that I have that I hate. I was ready to dig into my lip to get some pigment. All right. Well, I can't get that back on right now. Now I want to try this base blue lipstick or matte or whatever, but I don't know about this color. And I don't know if it'll even match the liner. Will it match? I don't know. Well, too late now. Actually, not too bad. Why not? That's okay. It's very drying though. I mean, it's a little. I guess it's not, but it's weird. It's like a drying matte, but it's got like some, but it's not as like creamy as some. Not as bad as I thought, but not my favorite. It still needs some something to moisten it. So I'm going to use this Pillow Balm lip treatment. I don't think I've tried this one yet, and I would smell it, but still don't smell it. Dang it. You know, I'd almost rather have lost my taste than my smell, because then maybe I won't eat as much. Okay, now we gotta finish up doing the pop of my, in the brow bone of my eye. There's really nothing in this palette that I want for that. So I think I am going to use my Wet n Wild highlighter and finish that. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of put that up here and hopefully try to clean up my brows. Brows are awful. Sorry guys, my brows didn't look very good. I'm just not good at it. Okay, let's put a little pop right here. Okay. All right, I'm done there. I'm gonna put setting spray on and I'll be back. You guys, look at this highlight. It is glowing. I kind of like that. Maybe it's a little too glowy, but okay, I'm gonna try this Surfer Curl from T. It's Tarte C. Oh good, the wand's not too thick. So yeah, I get so embarrassed that about that on my resume I don't even include, because you know how like some people who have done some color on the resume out of 60 or whatever. Oh, why do I always, never fails, poke my left eye, or my left eye. The struggle is real, and now I just got it over. Anyway. And that hurts when you poke your eye. Oh, great. Now I'll fix it. Oh, you know what? I do need to go. I forgot to go in with this and do under my eye. So while that's drying, I'll do this, and then I can do my lower lashes and then fix all that up. And then I think I'll go in with some glitter, shiny shade, and make this a little more shiny. I guess you can't really tell that I put green on the bottom, can you? It's because it's a dark green, and then with the black, so it wasn't too bad. Why is this doing this? Like, I put it in and it just like, that's not good. All right, let's do the lower lashes. Oh my goodness, is it like a faulty around here? It's like getting everywhere. And I just got this out of my, oh my, Ipsy. Like, I just literally got it. Okay, it's making a mess. I don't know if it's the, it must be a faulty one. I mean, it's, oh my gosh, I just got it all over this table. Housekeeping is not going to be happy. All right, I gotta go clean this up. I'll be back. All right, this is the final look using some of their products. I'm not the biggest fan of this palette just because it's all neutral. I'd like a little bit of color, but I mean, they went on fine and everything. I don't know, I mean, these are too small to really be powders. If I use this again, of course, I'll try to use up the other stuff, you know, the other shades and stuff for the palette, just so it doesn't go to waste. I did like this highlighter. This mascara, I don't know if it's faulty, but it was hard to use because it was all getting all over the place. So I don't know if it's the mascara's fault, but this Tarte curl is not the greatest. I don't really like this, just because I like more of a gloss, but you can put gloss over it. The eyeliners and the lip liners were fine. This was a little bit hard to get the cream blush on, but it could be because it's old. I liked the primer so far. It was good. The foundation was okay. It just, I like a little bit more full coverage. But for the people who like lightweight, that's a good foundation for you. And you can put on another layer and it still feels lightweight with a little more coverage. So that part's good. But anyway, that's the brows. Again, in this palette, I liked it, but I prefer like a tint. I'm better at doing a tint or using an eye pencil, not necessarily a powder. So I'm not a big fan of powders. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed today. Sorry it's a longer video, but I hope you liked it. If so, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and hit that little bell next to it so you're notified of future uploads. And also, if you're not new, welcome back and thank you very much for your support. I'll see you next time. Bye!